Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jennisis Journey. Today we will be talking about annualcreditreporting.com, how you can pull your credit report every 7 days. And the reason why I want to tell you guys about this website is you can be able to monitor your credit. So not only credit, but just monitor like the things that you're applying for and things that you paid off. Also, you're able to dispute things faster. But before we get into all that, I just want to let you guys know again, it's called annualcreditreporting.com. And like I said, you can pull your credit reports every 7 days. And you can't get the score. The score is not going to be on there, but all 3 credit bureaus will be on there. So it's going to be TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience. And when you do it, you have to check all 3 boxes, and they're going to ask you like verification questions. Sometimes they give you questions, security questions, or just like putting your phone number in and get a verification code to your cell phone number. Also, the reason why it's important to do, me personally, I don't pull my credit report every 7 days. I would say I do it once a month, and the reason why is because it helps me to like make sure that no one's stealing like my identity. Also, it's just being financially aware. If I see something that I don't agree with, I can dispute it faster, because sometimes there's scenarios where we be like, wait, this is on my credit card, I paid this account out 10 years ago and they said it's supposed to be off at 7. So it's things like that we maybe miss. Sometimes information, like we may be moving to a new place, or we move somewhere and they still have our old address on there. We can update that address on your credit file. There's so many reasons why I pull it every month, and I think it's better to do so. Like I said, because you don't want to steal your identity. You don't want account to be on there that's supposed to be off, or account that you may be paid and you settle with them and they said they were going to remove it after you pay. You want to be able to just be aware. You want to see how many like hard inquiries, because hard inquiries and soft inquiries are 2 different things. Sometimes companies say they put in a soft inquiry, it's also a hard inquiry, and you can be aware like, hey, you told me it was supposed to be a soft and it came up as a hard inquiry on my credit report, so they can fix things faster. And I have my notes, so excuse me if I'm looking down. And when you look at your credit report, these are the things I say I look for. So I look at my personal information, making sure my address is up to date. Sometimes they put your job information on there, your phone number and things like that. I just make sure everything's up to date. And for the old information, I just ask them to remove it. I look at my account status to make sure I see open or closed on them. Like my student loans, of course, will be open. I just make sure my loans are in the good standing, because you know so much going on with this student loans information and things. So I'm like, I don't want my loans to change. So that's another good reason, guys. Everyone should be checking their their credit report every month. I also look at my payment history. Okay, just paid off my credit card, so let me see next month. It should be updated on my credit report. Also, I look at, like I said, new inquiries to make sure okay, maybe I applied for a loan or something, maybe I applied for something, like let me make sure it's just one hard inquiry, not multiple. Because you had car dealerships, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna do one hard inquiry, and then it's like you done got extra 5 or 6 on there. So that's another thing you can look for. Also look at your collections or charge-offs. So collections and charge-offs, yeah, they're 2 different things. I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not a credit repair person, but just knowing the difference. Yeah. Also look at your public records. So I believe public records, if I'm not mistaken, it's like bankruptcies and things like that. But those are the things that I look for when I looking at my credit report. Like I said, it does not include your credit score. And these are some tips I just want to give you guys. Do not try to avoid logging into your credit report on a public like Wi-Fi. I know a lot of us maybe don't have, not a lot of us, a lot of people don't always have a cell phone they can go on, or a laptop or something. If you go to a public library, just try to be safe, like, because you know sometimes your information can get still be on the computer, especially if you're downloading to that computer. So if you're downloading at the library into that computer, make sure you delete the file. And if you don't know how to, please ask someone for help, or ask the librarian just to help you delete the file, so it does not, like, people don't have your information of your credit report, the next person that's using the computer. Also, I usually create a spreadsheet to track what I reviewed. Meaning, like, so my spreadsheet, it includes, like, I put like my student loans. Okay, these are my student loans, this is the number, this is how much I owe. And then like maybe like another, like, even though I check it monthly, I don't write it down every month, but like 3 or 4 months I do my spreadsheet, just like, okay, so my loans went down maybe $1 or something, I don't know. I just look to make sure they're not overcharging me and things like that. I look at my interest. So write down your to me, I write down the company, my loans with the amount, the date, what's the status and stuff like that, just to make sure I'm alert. Because things, they try to sneak up in there. You're like, hold on, that didn't say closed yesterday, it said open last month, 2 months ago. On this day I checked and it said that. So always keep your receipts. And like I said, write down all the names, the dates, and the amounts, so you can be aware. And it's good information. It's free, guys. Like, who don't love free stuff? Y'all get on it. Like I said, annualcreditreporting.com. Every 7 days you can do it. Also, do not be scared, because a lot of people sometimes do get error codes, meaning like they're like, oh, you have to mail in the form. So you just have to Google the annual credit report credit form. It's just one page. You just mail it into them, check off all 3 boxes. I said again, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience, and they're going to mail you. If you have any issues, if you have any error codes, they're going to mail you your credit report for all 3 credit bureaus. And like I said, it's good to have. Just keep as personal information. Like, you need to be aware of who you owe and what you owe. So again, make sure you share this information, subscribe, and see you next video. Bye.